Welcome to Moonbase 2.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Moonbase 2 podcast. My name's Andy, Cobra Commander TFW, and I'm joined this week by the pot of sticky glue himself. It's Mikey G, Wolf V3. Hello, Mikey.
Hello, Andy. I saw a baby kangaroo nose today, and you didn't. Ergo, I'm better than you.
A kangaroo nose? Where was the rest of the
was
kangaroo?
it? Well, like in a big hole inside their mother.
Ew.
So it turns out, and I wasn't actually aware of this, but it turns out that when they're developing in the pouch, baby kangaroos will like stick out their hands and feet and head. So
Will
this
they
little
scream
fella
for release? See, I've got it more in my head that you just hear the hand come out and you just hear, "Free me! Free me!"
Free me and your wishes will come true.
And the mother's just pushing the hand back in, just looks at you, shakes its head, and it tells you to go the other way. You heard nothing.
It's not.
Nothing.
But I could have sworn I heard a voice.
Nothing. Insert sound that kangaroos make. I don't know what sound does a kangaroo make.
Today, when they were kicking the shit out of each other, it sounded like one was coughing. Yeah, kind of. Except like it was like big kick from the other one. Big kick from the other one.
Do you have kangaroo fights? Do you put bets on your kangaroo fights?
Sadly, like of the ones that fight, 2 of the 3 are neutered, so there's no money to be made.
Oh, damn, that's a shame.
Because the guy who ain't neutered definitely grew more.
Oh man, so it's a little bit one-sided.
Just a tad.
Oh, that's not fair.
Hmm.
That's not fair. How's it going though, Mikey?
Not too bad. Not too bad. How's you?
Yeah, I can't complain. I mean, it's been a week since TF Nations was over, pretty much. So
Yeah,
that's sad.
It's been a fortnight since we had a show.
Oh man, yeah, like a proper Moonbase 2. There's not a huge amount even to talk about, I would say.
You had a filthy, stinking, tricky show.
I did. Well, I had to edit stuff out because he said things, horrible things.
You know what? He says it to my face anyway, so there's no point in editing it out.
Yeah, but I thought it was probably a good idea just to take it out, just to, spare the children.
Listen, I've seen pictures of his head. Anything he can say to me, I can make worse.
Oh, shit.
And he knows that.
Shall we get straight into the news, Mr. Mikey? I don't think there's a huge amount of sexy news, but there is some things to talk about.
Certainly, I think it's the most we've had in a while, but that's basically because this is 2 weeks worth of stuff.
Yeah, so, the drought will begin once again, I'm sure. It's coming! Woo! We're going to kick into Shockwave Lab, doing the SL, Shockwave Lab, -31, which I've never heard of before, so I don't know what their other 30 releases have been, but
Yeah.
never mind. This is the weapons and accessories kit for MP41 Dinobot. So what is this exactly? Well, with this kit, you can recreate Dinobot when we saw him in Coming of the Fusors, which is where he got some guns and went crazy. So what do you get in the set? You get 1 gun, ×1. There's the thing. You get ×2 belt, or bandoliers. I think they're bandoliers.
Bandolier,
right?
that is the term.
Yeah. Okay, cool. You get ×6 sticks. Stick.
Yep, stick.
Yep, stick. And you also get 12 fasteners. So, I guess you're probably asking yourself, why do you get some fucking sticks, Andy? Because that's what I thought before I scrolled down earlier in the story and went, oh, that makes more sense. So basically, you can get these sticks and these little fasteners and stick them into your MP41 Dinobot stand. Make a weapons rack for him. So you can put your stupid fat bum tail on there. You can put your gun that you get in the set. You can put in his weirdly coloured pink rose sword, which is odd choice, but I'm guess
nearly certain I know why it's that color.
from that one animation where he's got the sun behind him and it's got a slight glow to it.
Yeah, I think that was someone's reference for. I think that was someone's reference for a lot of the colors.
Yes. See, I didn't know that. I wouldn't have pegged on that until I watched Jobby the Hong's video, and then he mentioned it.
Do you
and I
know
went,
what?
"Ah."
That's the same reason I know.
Yeah. I appreciate a man who reads at the start of every video and also uses 2 Godzilla's kisses as a rating system.
That is raw filth.
I mean, who isn't? At least on this show. I mean, we're both smutty boys, Mikey.
Yeah, I did have a conversation at work about like Kill the Kill. Someone said, "Oh, you watched that?" And I said, "It's got a really good story. It's a really good story."
I watch it for the articles.
Like, it's... Listen, they were talking about like, oh, well, I was watching a show with loads of fan service, and I never asked, but I was just like, you know what? You don't touch me. Don't touch me.
You don't know what fan service is.
You're a grown woman here talking to a kangaroo while describing fan service in anime.
And let's be fair, women have their own fan service shows as well.
Yes, they do.
Like any of the swimming team boy shows, who almost kiss all the time for some reason.
There's a lot of those.
Yes. A lot of those boys who do swimming or who do sports together seem to almost kiss a lot.
Also, there's this weird series, like, weird thing in the last couple of years I've noticed, which is, like, there's an adult, like, proper almost porn girl anime that comes on, which is almost always about a guy being really aggressively forceful with a girl for a few episodes until she gives up, because he's basically just... He's groped her all the way now, and might as well just go, there's no point holding back.
That sounds
and
like it's setting a bad message and standard.
Fetish is fetish, I suppose.
I guess.
It's just like, I've seen maybe 2 episodes of these shows, and one was just like a monk, and I'm just like, I feel he should know better.
Monkey or monk?
Monk.
Ah, shame. It would have been better if it was a forceful monkey.
I think that's more edging towards the anime side of porn for the boys.
Give me a banana. No, give me a banana. Pulls a knife. Give me a fucking banana. Right?
Yeah, but see, for the girls, it's more like it seems like the girl anime porn that I suddenly stumbled upon by complete accident is more, I have a banana. You want the banana. I don't want the banana. You want the banana. I don't want. You want. You've already given me the banana, haven't you? I have.
Oh my god, it's all over my face. Why didn't you even put it in my mouth?
I'll have
you just smeared it around my face. There's nothing worse than a sticky, mushed up banana.
Yep. So
actually, there are a lot of things
I have discovered the difference between Japanese male porn and Japanese female porn.
Yeah.
You're welcome, world.
Hooray! This is what doctors do with their lives. But yeah, I guess if you want to steal your weapons, this is a neat thing. What do you think of this upgrade kit, Mikey, for this very, very specific one episode? Because he never does it ever again.
No, that is true. But I will say, I found out what Shockwave Lab have done.
Oh, cool.
They're an add-on company like Dr. Wu. So their very first one was an ARM communicator for MP32. Mm-hmm. They've done upgrade sets for MP Bumblebee. Upgrades for Shockwave, Titan's Return Blitzwing, Titan's Return Overlord, new hands.
Have we talked about them before?
I honestly don't think so. I think for the most part it looks like they do quite small scale stuff.
Right.
That wouldn't get front paged anywhere. Little upgrades for a communicator kit for... Oh, this we did talk about. Communicator kit for Cheetor, I remember that. A hammer kit for Animated Transformers Animated Prime. Yeah. So yeah, it looks to me like they do a fairly low key kind of thing.
Okay.
But this is kind of one of their larger releases.
Is that larger because it's very...
The content.
Yeah, it's the concept.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean the content of what you're getting?
Yeah, usually it's like 1 or 2 pieces.
Right.
But here we got 1, 3, 9, 10, 19, 21. Huh. 21 piece set, so that's not too bad.
Yeah, it's interesting, I suppose. It's probably something I wouldn't be that fussed with, but hey...
if I had him, I'd probably get it.
It does add something to it.
Yeah, and especially if I had the other masterpieces, because I think the display with all the weapons and stuff on there is really nice.
It does look good. It'd be nice if... I mean... I'm looking at it with Primal's swords on, Cheetor's butt gun and his tummy gun and the golden disc and Prime's weird mace thing. And yeah, it does look like a fairly satisfying little rack. It'd be cool as well if there was a G2 colored Dinobot and you could give him these things, because that would be even more G2-ier. And I'd be done with that.
Put them in sideswipe colors.
Yeah, there you go. Or something. Yeah, I mean, there are a plethora of stupid, crazy colors you could paint this guy into if you wanted to. But hey, they don't really do that with Beast Wars masterpieces. And, well, we'll get on to that later. We'll get onto that later.
Yeah, that's not a G2 repaint, Andy.
It's not, but we'll get onto that later.
Yeah.
Do we have any more information on this? No, there's no release date as of yet, and there's no information on price just yet. So it's it's in that early stage. So within the next month or 2 months, I would guess we'll have some more solid info on it. Whether they'll put it on the front page and we'll talk about it, I don't know. I'm guessing they probably won't. But keep your eyes peeled on your local third-party distributor, and maybe they'll have it, or maybe you'll have to go to another site, because I don't know how widespread these are on, say, like Kapow. I don't know if Kapow's ever sold any Shockwave Lab or not. They might have, but no, I don't know.
The website I found, they were selling it for $30.
Okay, where was that?
So for the full thing, what was it? But they've individual pieces were anywhere between $7 and $15. UncleBillyShop.com.
That's not a real shop. That sounds like Billy from TF Nation.
Yeah, this is actually listed under Doctor Who and other add-on sets.
Mm-hmm.
Uncle Billy's Shop. I'd never heard of this before, so let's see. Whatever their Skype number. Yeah, they're largely seem to be Transformers based.
Ah, okay, cool.
Uncle Bill. Maybe it's like Billy Blaster.
You mean from the Star Dub?
Yeah.
Sure, yeah, why not? Yeah, as good a reason as anything to call something a thing.
Tell us, people, is Uncle Billy worth checking out? Is it actually one of those shops like, what was it, Samurai Buyer, where it turns out if you shop from them, they will do horrible things to your money and wallet?
Yay. They're probably fine. They're probably fine. Mikey, do you want to take us on to the next bit of news? I saved this one specifically for you.
Yeah, this is kind of an interesting one. Planet X over on their Facebook page has revealed PXC02 Cadmos. I don't know. I feel like this should be coming with a very terrifying overweight woman.
Amanda Waller. She should not be thin. Never thin.
She was thin for a while and no one was happy. No. And then they made her fat with no explanation. And nobody cared. And no one asked. But this is the follow-up to their PX01 Ismenios, which is their Detsaurus. So this is a Starsaber, which the news story says is designed after Alex Milne's More Than Meets the Eye design, but with elements of the Lost Light version of Starsaber. And my response to that is, that's the same design.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a bad sentence. I would say this is a Starsaber that takes inspiration from the IDW design, but is not trying to hit all the marks.
It's hitting enough marks, though.
Yeah. So these are only CAD models. So it's a Starsaber. It's got the shoulders and it's got the head. The general outline is more stylized G1, I would say.
Okay.
But also, there's a big backpack thing, which I believe... Was that a sword in the original?
What do you mean?
Like in the original toy, was the nose cone of the combined jet a weapon, or am I?
Yes.
No, that was a shield. It was a shield.
No. Well, it depends what you mean, because the front part of the jet could be used as a shield for the smaller robot, for Saber, I think he was called, and then it was used as the hilt for the sword for the big mode.
But Planet X have also revealed that this guy is going to be coming with a Saber, who doesn't form a jet to attach to the front of a combined mode, because we do see the alt mode. But what he's basically a Power Master, combined with a Pretender, because he very strongly inverted commas transforms.
Mm-hmm.
And then he just plugs into the chest of the larger Starsaber. But when seriously, when I say he transforms into a jet mode, it is in the most pretender way, like someone saying, "Oh look, Thunderwing is a tank."
Yeah, I'm happy enough with it. To me, it looks enough like a jet that I'm okay with it. But I'm very forgiving for pretenders. So if you're not forgiving for pretenders, you might not be okay with it.
I have to admit, I'm kind of glad they did that, just because I don't really need a fully integrated gimmick that would add to the price of this. And it's a Planet X figure, which means that just because they tend to go for the high quality materials, this guy will probably not be on the cheap side.
No, I would imagine not. I would imagine he's going to be around the Vulcan kind of price, if not more.
Yeah. Also, Saber looks so happy.
He do.
Oh, that genocide. So yeah, Andy, this is a stylized IDW Starsaber. Would be a good way to put it, I think.
I guess so, yeah.
What are your thoughts?
I'm okay with it. I think it looks interesting. It's nice to have not a full G1 design. You know, that's always a plus. I'm surprised Planet X are the ones doing it.
Well, they are doing it as stylized Deathsaurus as well, who's got a couple of IDW elements to him.
And I guess that's probably why they're doing this guy as well. It just seems weird because whenever when you say Planet X, immediately in my brain I go, oh, well, Cybertron.
Yeah.
And now it seems like they're very slightly spreading out.
To be fair, they're running out of designs anyone cared about.
This is true. This is not a lie. Yeah, they're running out of the good stuff. They've done the big boys, and now they're coming to the end, I suppose. So yeah, I'm interested to see how this one turns out because I actually heard that the kickback that they did from Planet X was terrible.
Really? I heard the Seeker was hard to transform, but I don't know about anything else about quality.
Yeah, I heard that as well. But I asked the guy, like, this was at TF Nation. I asked, oh, so what was wrong with it? Why is it bad? And he said, I can't tell you. You're just gonna have to trust me. And I was like,
No, that's not an answer.
Yeah, I thought that I don't know you, so.
What do you mean? Oh, I can't tell you. You're just gonna have to trust me. No, tell me. Like, I have asked, what's wrong with it? I'm not asking, like, what direction is it to the great star in the north? You must find this yourself. You must follow the light to find the North Star. Are you telling me to find the North Star by following the North Star? I can tell you no further.
They even use the phrase, it's worse than the Hasbro version of Kickback.
That's a load of bullshit.
Why is that?
Because I've handled the Hasbro version of Kickback.
Uh-huh.
And I'm not saying this to have a go at anyone because they're like if you think it is worse, you are free to that opinion. But that was a 2012 deluxe.
Yes.
If the plastic is more than 15 micrometers thick, it's automatically better than a 2012 deluxe. Like let's be realistic here. Like maybe there's problems with the engineering, the transformation, or anything like that, but it's not worse. It's not possible to be worse than a 2012 War for Cybertron toy because I was very forgiving of that line at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I am less forgiving now because I spent a long time trying to justify that G2 Bruticus purchase.
Oh,
a long time.
Yeah, I'm glad you didn't though.
Yeah, I gave up. He's gone. He went to Glen actually.
You did justify it, didn't you? You did buy it, didn't you? I was happy with the Combiner Wars one I got later.
In terms of like anything else I've heard about Planet X, all I've heard is the Dinobots, Omega, and Trypticon, and I've never heard a single bad report on any of them.
Right.
So I'm now very curious about Kickback, and I'm very curious about Seeker because the only report I've heard about Seeker is that they're a bitch to transform.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm curious to see how that actually translates into the actual figure because, like Vulcan, he's really well engineered, but you know there are unforgiving parts of him.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I'm not. When I say bullshit, it's for dramatic effect. I'm not having a go or whatever. It's just I'm pretty much paid to be here and be dramatic.
I mean, if anyone out there who listens has the Planet X Insecticons, I would be interested if you pop a message on the Facebook page or the the Twitter or whatever, just to let us know what you think.
Email, Twitter, let us know. Like, yeah. And please do not email us saying you'll have to trust me. And I'm just like, I need details.
That would be great. We get like 100, 400 people saying you just got to trust me.
Just like, this is the most feedback we've ever gotten,
and it's all bollocks. Fantastic. God damn it. It's done as a horrible joke. Shit. Oh well, never mind. I suppose. Do we have anything else to say on this guy?
I'm very curious. I want to see some physical prototypes before I make any in-depth comments.
Certainly. I do have one thing.
Know it'll change.
I do have one thing, which is currently in the CAD model at least. Again, this could change easily. Not very impressed with the saber, as in the actual sword.
Yeah, it looks weirdly like it's from like one of those old 80s tokus.
Yeah, it looks like a Power Ranger sword. If it was colored in one plastic, I wouldn't have been surprised. It looks big and play-doughy. Not play-doughy, play-schooly. Maybe that'll change. And this doesn't mean that it needs to be sharp as shit. When you touch it, you'll just start bleeding. I'm not asking for that.
It doesn't need to be Vulcan.
No.
Because that toy has drawn blood. Yeah. I'm not kidding.
Yeah, I've heard that Pluto, the Megatron, has the same effect with his back spikes. But yeah, maybe the sword will come out better as well when a prototype comes out. So it's just a minor issue with a CAD model that could easily be changed. So Mikey, shall I move us on?
Indeed.
Well, we have the final product images of the Mastermind Creations render format R-35 Magna. I almost said magma and then realized that was the wrong word. For those not aware, this is the bottom half of their Skylinks figure. And when I say bottom half, I mean the Lynx part of Skylinks, not the Sky part. So some pretty colored up images. Interesting thing, which I've noticed, well, not noticed, but they've pictured it. You get two different heads, it seems. You have a matte gold plastic, but not gold plastic, don't worry, just goldish kind of colored plastic. Or you can have a chromed head for him as well, which I think is a neat idea. That's fairly cool.
Yeah.
Mike,
I think that's a good idea.
There's not a huge amount to talk about here because you can see him pose with his lots of leg joints and little toes and open his little seal mouth. He's got a little gun in his mouth as well.
Yeah.
I didn't know he had that.
And changing color eyes for some reason.
Yeah, you can either have, and this is for both the chrome head or the non-chrome head. You can have him with red eyes or you can have him with blue eyes. And I don't know why, but it's neat. It seems you can also change the amount of red that's in the eyes.
I'm wondering if that's a light or if it's actually like something where you flick a switch.
I don't know. It might just be like on a roller, so there's like you can have full red eye and then you can slide it down. And I'm guessing the blue part is like just a cover that goes over the top of the eye.
This is just the madness spreading?
Yeah, something like that. You could say, the madness spreading is probably the best example. If you want to look at what I mean, it's on the chrome head. You can see he's still got the blue eye, but then he's got like red in the bottom right hand side of it, near the corner of his eye. So it's an interesting feature. I'm not sure why it's there, but maybe it's animation accuracy. Probably something weird. Mikey, any thoughts on this guy?
I find the chrome head easier to deal with, which is really weird considering I'm no one's fan of chrome.
Why do you find the chrome easy to deal with? Because I like the matte, just gold color.
No, I think I actually like the overall opinion. I think this looks really fun as a figure. I'm more interested in this than I am the Skylinks combination, to be honest. Really posable, like a lot of personality. However,
yes,
it is called Lynx.
Yes,
which raises a question.
Well, no, this one's called Magna.
Still raises a question.
Okay.
Why is it a seal?
Because he always was a seal.
No. He was supposed to be some weird stylized cat.
That's what cats
that chrome
look like.
head. That chrome head is a weird stylized cat. That's a seal.
No.
The regular head is it's a leopard seal.
All cats look like this.
No, they don't. He looks like a leopard seal.
Find me a picture of a cat that looks different from this.
Andy, if I can find you a picture of a cat that looks like this, that cat needs to be put down.
Kill me.
I couldn't when I first brought this up. It was just like I was just staring at it for a few seconds. And it's like, why is he a seal? Because it doesn't look like the character model at all.
Doesn't it? I thought it looked similar.
No, the character model is like more like the chrome head. And this is just a seal. It's very. Once I see it, I can't unsee it. Now it's just like this some like weird prehistoric land seal that'll kill us all in our sleep and then return to the sea.
Land seal away.
Just like that horror. That's like the bit in The Simpsons where you realize that dolphins can walk. It's just like, oh my god, the seals have legs. No.
You can tell that they were. I think they were trying to go for a panther look. But something went odd.
Do you know what it really needed? Ears.
I don't think the original had ears, though, did it?
No, but like they could have like there's a bit there at the back of the head. They could have done some molding, because this isn't accurate to the original version.
Yeah.
Which means that you had some freedom to be a little stylistic. And I think that would have been a lot less weird for me. Like, because he's a fucking seal. It's a leopard seal that's learned to walk. Ergo, the scariest thing on fucking planet.
Well, not just that. It's discarded its flippers and grown legs.
Yeah, and can I also point, if anyone thinks that I think, when I say leopard seals are scary as all balls and don't believe me, look them up.
No, they're not friendly.
No. That cameraman who went missing certainly doesn't think they're friendly.
Do you have anything else to say on this, Mr. Mikey?
I want to see the full Skylinks combination. I know this thing is going to be huge.
Yes.
Because it's supposed to be in scale with their Predaking.
Yeah.
So I'm very, very curious to see it.
His name has been revealed for the top half, Inventra.
Inventra Magna.
Yep.
Sounds like Pyra's like weirder sister.
Or brother, you know. Maybe.
Nah, Pyra had a brother. She'd like turn
Kill
into
him.
some sort of slave race because she'd be like, "No, I get to be God." And he was like, "I don't want to be God. I'm God."
Well, the release date for this is sometime in October, so that's really not too far away. Shall we make a offhand prediction and say that the top half will probably be out in January?
Let's.
Yes, let's say that, because we've got no information or any kind of credibility to base it on, but it sounds like it would probably make some sort of sense. So we'll do that. Mikey, take us on to another little bit of third-party news.
Yeah, this came out of nowhere.
It did.
Toy World, who I don't think we've heard about much lately, have a new Legend Scale figure. This is GS01, so they're moving into Legend Scale market, because the right now third party is Masterpiece, Legend Scale, and Occasional Creative. So this looks like it's going to be 3 figures. So this starts off as a wheeljack, a very G1 toony wheeljack. And as we scroll down, the head, at least, is just a head. It is just a head. Has been remolded into the, exhaust, otherwise known as Marlborough, the best version of this character. And then even further, they've got a Cyberverse wheeljack version. So yeah, it's a little odd. I will just say off the bat, that head does not go with that body.
No.
I see what you're going for, guys, but it doesn't work. But I also don't think the wheeljack goes with this body because it doesn't look, the angles don't look right. It's like this really generic angular body, and it is super round head that looks too small. I think the exhaust works the best. Apart from my own biases towards exhaust, but I just think with the general lines of the main body, I think it's most compatible. But
do you think the colors will help pull it together, though?
Well, there's always that. Also, I think it's just I think I know the episodes they're referring when he had that really weirdly round head, and I always saw Wheeljack as not being quite so domey and tall. But again, colors could really help with that. So what's your thoughts on these? I think like with the right head, it's not a bad little figure. Little simplistic in places, but hey, it's Legend Scale. What about you, Andy? What do you think?
I think this is, it doesn't help that he has so much torso. Like, a lot of the figure is a big torso part, which is a weird thing to say because there should be a lot of torso on a character. But I think because the head is quite small and rounded, that the big curve on the chest probably doesn't help it. Maybe the head needs to be bigger. Maybe that would help. Just for proportion scale. It seems like it's okay though for a Legends Wheeljack. I think it's the first Legends Wheeljack anyone's kind of tempted to do, right?
Yeah, I don't think Wheeljack's really been touched much in the third party range. If he has, it's been a good long while.
I think it's just because it's how Masterpiece
came
done.
out a long but then I think this is definitely the first third party exhaust and certainly the first third party attempt at a Cyberverse figure.
Yeah, I think that's probably right.
Hey, where's my knockout?
Who?
You know what? He's 7 years old now. He's nostalgic enough. Make me a fucking knockout.
Nah, people have forgotten him.
Hasbro forgot him because they just keep on making bloody Generations lines without putting him in when everyone knows we want one.
It's weird though because they did a lockdown, not a lockdown, a lugnut.
Lugnut and a lockdown.
Yeah, and drift.
That's great. That's great. Fine toys. Where's my knockout?
Yeah. One day, Mikey. Maybe one day. But not today.
Well, he'll be in a vote, and then he'll be outvoted by bloody Omega Supreme or something, and I'm going to just
Mikey,
go on a warpath.
Don't be like that. He'll be outvoted by Hound.
Oh, I will. I will find every single one of you if that happens. Every single damn one of you.
More Hound. Even more Hound. All the Hounds. But I suppose we may as well move on, yes?
Yes.
Well, I kind of alluded to this earlier, but it seems like Beast Wars Masterpiece MP34 is getting a S version, and the S stands for Shadow Panther. We've got some in-package imaging and a collectible coin shown for it. Have we talked about this before?
Oh, ages back, to the point where he was going to be out in Toys R Us Australia, and then
Is that what was going to happen? Oh, man.
Yeah. But to be fair, a lot of people started wondering if he'd be made at all with the Toys R Us collapse, but apparently they're just going yep, making them.
Yeah, it seems like it, because I honestly didn't remember talking about it. I thought this was a news story.
Nope.
Never mind.
This is just confirmation that he's like ready for shelves.
Yes, he's got all the things that he did before.
Is that a cup behind him?
What do you mean?
First picture, like bright fuzzy. Is that a cup?
Right. You mean in the display case?
Yeah.
No, that's a Thundercracker in a commemorative series box.
Oh, okay.
You know it's not a cup because there's purple around the outside of it.
Ah.
Nerd. But if you're wondering, it's going to be a Takara Tomy Mall exclusive. It's going to be late August, so I guess now, because it's the 26th, and there's not much of August left. And it's going to be 8,000 yen. So if you're wondering, that's when it's going to be out. I don't know when it'll be out on the inter of the webs, but it shouldn't be too much longer since from there, I would imagine. I may as well take up the next bit of news because there's not much to talk about here either, as we've got some high-quality images from the Figure King magazine 247. And what was in there? They had some legendary Optimus Prime figure. Which one was that? Oh, that's the movie one, the upscaled movie Evasion movie one from Bumblebee. We have the Power Charge Bumblebee, which is a big mode of Bumblebee from the Bumblebee movie. Which includes Bumblebee, which includes light sounds, no discernible differences with the Hasbro version release, so that's not good, but you know that maybe it is good
these days.
Yeah. Siege of Cybertron. We saw pictures of Prime, Sideswipe, Magnus in a prototype image, Hound, Cog, and the Micromasters. And for those wondering, because I thought this was interesting, the Micromasters are going to be about the same size as the Power of the Prime Master shells, which is about the right height for Micromasters, because I've got Bludgeon and Octopunch next to my newly purchased Micromasters, and they're about that size anyway, so they're gonna fit in fairly well, at least scale-wise, with the original ones, apart from they'll have fuck ton more joints. Because they don't have, like, any joints on the original ones. That's a lie, they have some, but not a lot. And did they show anything else? They showed the Masterpiece Convoy V3, more prototype images, not colored, of course. And then there was images of the Takara Tomy Studio Series Starscream, Movie Bumblebee, KIS Sentry, and Ironhide, and a few images of Encore Big Convoy Studio Series DOTM, Ratchet, Ironhide, and Shadow Raider. Power of the Primes, Throne of the Primes, Primus, that one, the SDCC exclusive. Masterpiece Wheeljack, Legends Grotesque and Repugnus, and stuff on the reissue versions of Unite Warriors Superion and Devastator as well. So, if you didn't know, if you didn't have the internet, this is all interesting stuff, I suppose. But it seems like, unfortunately, Takara's sticking with the whole we're having to keep to the American releases and not do anything super cool ourselves, which is a bit of a bummer.
Yeah, I look forward to having their stickered boxes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that was a thing a while ago. When was it that they used to do that?
Power of the Primes.
Was it? No, there was a line before that as well, wasn't there? They did that.
No, you're thinking of Arms Micron where they had stickers in the box.
No, they did that with the movie toys as well. I'm sure they did that. Yeah, like, when I'm saying the movie toys, I mean, like, Revenge of the Fallen.
Oh, well, like, I can't remember yesterday, Andy.
I could be wrong. I could easily be
you
wrong.
Want me to remember 9 years ago?
Yeah. I know what that's like. But anything interesting in here for you, Mikey?
We do see that the new Prime will have pretty advanced articulation, at least comparable to Megatron.
Yes, yeah.
And I'm surprised by how much I like that big Bumblebee.
Really? Okay, why do you like him?
Well, he doesn't look like the most crazy articulated one, but he looked like they're not neglecting the articulation.
Yes, unlike most of the big ones that we've seen in the past.
Yeah, he's clearly not super complicated.
No.
But I don't feel like basically it looks like they made a big, relatively articulate Bumblebee with a gimmick, and the gimmick isn't breaking the whole toy.
Yeah.
At least as far as we can say.
Yeah.
So I don't mind. Like I kind of like the idea of a decent sized Bumblebee, and I like the way the mask works.
Yeah. It's not the most complex kind of thing, but it's like, yeah, okay, that's fine.
Like
it does.
I've got no problem with less complex, but not insultingly simple.
Sure.
Like the Cyberverse toys, which are actually just noticeably worse than the Warriors from the previous line.
Yeah. Well, that's because they've had to shove gimmicks into them as well for no particular reason.
Yeah, I found out that the guys who are working on the Cyberverse Warriors are not the normal guys.
What do you mean?
Like, apparently RID had a different team.
Oh, to design the entire line.
Yeah, and then I think Cyberverse had a different team again. Like, they're none of the guys working this are not the normal Generations guys.
Oh, weird.
So I think I have a feeling whoever came in before just thought like, oh, okay, gimmicks. We need to put in gimmicks. Gimmicks are fine. No one cares. And the Warrior toys were like, okay, we need Generations but simpler, and we need gimmicks. And yeah, I feel like the design edict was not good.
Yeah.
Because I've seen one of those toys that I think I could see myself picking up.
Which
and
one?
It's Shockwave. That's literally the only one, and that's just because the robot mode doesn't feel ridiculously compromised.
And even then, you kind of look at it and go, I'm not gonna.
Not for €20.
Yeah, no.
Not for €20.
Jesus, no.
No, not for a guy who does like a bloody crab walk and says like, I'm a tank.
Yeah, no thanks. No dice. Anyway, Mikey, do you want to take us on? Next story, next news thingamabobs.
Yeah, so we mentioned the movie there. Transformers Bumblebee Worldwide Promo Tour is beginning this September, rather. This is from the marketing team of Transformers Bumblebee. The special promo tour will take place across the globe to promote the upcoming film. Attendees will be given a sneak preview of the film, updated version of the CinemaCon San Diego Com footage, and lots of other activities and surprises. The first stop will be at Comic-Con Portugal. The preview event will be taking place September 6th to September 9th. Second stop will be the Heroes Comic-Con in Madrid, September 21st to 23rd. This promo tour will then head to Barcelona for an undisclosed special event. The event will take place at the famous Manga Hall. So famous, I've never heard of it. We were given no exact date. If your country or hometown is not listed above, do not worry. For one, there's only 3 countries, and they're all pretty much on the same line, so it would be really weird if this was just like the Mediterranean. There are many venues still to be announced, so stay tuned.
Woo!
I think this is an interesting idea. They're definitely approaching this film, at least certainly from the marketing side, differently than they did with the Babe ones. Now, again, doesn't mean the movie will be good at all.
No,
but it does mean that at least someone is saying, "Hey, maybe if we kind of don't do what we did with the last film in terms of pushing it, maybe if we emphasize different things."
Yeah.
Again, could still be shit.
It could very easily be shit, but when I came home from TF Nation, we stopped off at Rob's house, and he decided he wanted to watch Kubo for the first time, and I had to try and not cry again near the end. I was like, oh, God damn it! God fucking damn it, stop! You've seen the film, you know what happens, don't cry again. And they're like,
I haven't seen it since the day I saw it in the cinema. I own it. But I can't make myself turn it on.
You're the kindest man in the village. You hold my hand every day, Mikey. Oh God, that's the sad part. Oh dear.
Oh.
Good film.
So it does. Yeah, that's the problem here. The guy didn't just make an okay film.
No.
He made a really good one.
Yeah, he's got a lot to live up to in a lot of ways. And yet you can't hold him to it either, because each movie should be taken on its own merits.
And Kubo is by the company he works with as an animator.
Mm-hmm.
This is a film where Michael Bay is producing, and producers have way more influence than you think.
Yeah.
Ask anyone who keeps track of Star Wars.
Who?
So it's like, I don't want this movie to be shit, and then everyone go like, Travis Knight. Oh, I'm just like, there's a large chance it wasn't his fault.
Yeah.
Because having seen him interviewed, one interview, he said more about Transformers and Transformers history and knowing about Transformers than Michael Bay did in 10 years.
Yeah,
and
true
that's
that.
not an exaggeration.
Yeah.
He knows who Blitzwing is. Like, he knows that the character in the movie is called Blitzwing.
To be fair, that could be because he was told who or given a name rather than actually know who he was. Because that could just be PR bull poo, you know?
That could be. But you ever notice that PR bullshit was not in any of Michael Bay's stuff? Because I don't think he knew anyone named Bard the Devastator he made up.
Well, there was, what's he called? Grimlock he kind of knew, right?
No.
Okay.
When did he ever... No, I can't honestly say Like, the closest I could think of was when he got surprised when military people knew who Starscream was.
In all honesty, most of the stuff
in
Michael
behind
Bay
scenes.
has said, I've wiped from my brain, so he
I
might
still
have
liked
said
the bit
something.
where he got invited on stage, paused, said, "I'm sorry," and left, and never said anything else. That was my favorite Michael Bay appearance.
As it should be.
As it should be.
Shall I take us on, Mikey?
Yes.
Yo, Mikey, there's been some more trailers shown from Cyberverse. Have you seen them?
I have indeed. There was a trailer and a clip.
Oh, see, I haven't. You know why?
Why?
Region locked.
Andy, did you not do the sensible thing and scroll down the first page of the thread where everyone put up the illegal YouTube rips?
No, I decided to be a good boy. I was like, well, fuck you then. How about them apples? I saw the trailer from, when was it, before TF Nation, the one that we talked about. But I suppose the more important stuff is we have the US air date. Note, this is the US air date, and it totally won't be ripped and put on the internet so everybody else can see it.
Yep.
Totally won't be.
Shh, they're listening.
Totally won't be. Right, so in the United States, it's going to have an air date of the 15th of September for the show. However, you can check out the first episode on Cartoon Network's app on the 27th. So that's, tomorrow, which will be region locked.
The day you're hearing this.
Yes, the day you hear this, it will be in America's clutches, as long as you have the Cartoon Network app, which, if you don't, you can, I assume it's probably a free one, right?
Oh, Andy.
You have to pay for it.
I don't know, but Andy.
I don't know.
Come on.
You've got a mobile phone.
So do you.
No, I don't.
You do.
I don't.
You don't know. You don't use it for anything.
No, it doesn't work. No,
again?
No, it's the same one that doesn't work. We've talked
remember...
about this a while ago, and I told you it doesn't charge anymore.
I remember how excited Gruff was to make you get that.
Yeah, that was like a while ago.
But it was like, I remember when you got it, I was just like, this will last.
That was like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
4 years.
How do you communicate?
Using the computer and the telephone.
What if you're not near those things? And, like, you have to ring up someone and say, oh, God, I've got to tell you something in an emergency.
I've never had that situation before.
What if someone paid to have you beaten up in the street and you needed to call an ambulance?
That's a different situation.
Similar problem, though.
I'd ask for help from somebody.
What if they paid to do this in a dark alley where there were no people and the only form of communication was having a mobile device?
And just send up smoke flares? I don't know. I don't go down dark alleys.
Who said, maybe they've been paid to drag you into one?
Wow. I don't know the last time that would ever be a thing that could happen. But
we live in interesting times.
We do. We also have a little bit of information as the design for the Decepticons, Megatron, Soundwave, Starscream, and the heroic Autobots, Bumblebee, and Optimus Prime are direct homages to the after-school cartoon that started airing in 1984. Don't know why you have to mention that, but okie dokie, because I would argue most of the designs for the Transformers are that.
Also, you've been yelling this since you started telling us this show was happening.
Yeah, never mind. When we were designing the look and the feel of the Transformers Cyberverse, we were inspired by the classic clean appearance of the original G1 style Tom Warner Senior VP for the Transformers franchise at Hasbro, which is producing the series. This was the description we initially fell in love with in the 80s. And it felt like the perfect fit for this new original story. Okie dokie. The show features Jeremy Levy as the voice of Bumblebee, Jake Tillerman as Optimus Prime. Not Peter Cullen. I've heard people bitch and whine about that online. I think this is probably a good thing that it's a not Peter Cullen, just for a bit of a change.
Oh, we have things to talk about.
Do we? Okie dokie. Ryan Andres, which is the voice of I remember seeing the clip for this, of Dinobot Grimlock. And Sophie Isabella is Windblade, who is helping Bumblebee unlock his damaged memory bank. His bank of memories. On the side of the bad guys, we have Mark
Thompson, it's supposed to be.
Okay, I was going to say Thompson, because that's how it's spelled. And I think Thompson is an amazing last name.
I think it. No, wait. It might actually be Thompson.
You mean Thompson?
Because I think. No, Thompson's the next fella.
It says Thompson here.
TH. Yeah, I think that.
It's meant to be Thompson.
I don't know anymore. I thought it was, but then I realized the next one was Thompson, and I've confused myself.
I hope it's Thopson, because that's still good. He's voicing the maniacal Megatron. You know, someone had a fun time adding the maniacal bit in, because it's like, hey, you remember the movie?
It is Thopson. No, it's Thompson.
Thopson.
It's Thompson.
Is it Thompson? I don't know what's happening anymore.
One thing takes me to Mark Thompson. No, okay. So, American voice actor Mark Thompson. It's just like this is a spelling mistake, and then Entertainment Weekly is having it as Thompson. Okay, cool.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay. So we got Billy Bob Thompson. Is that right?
Yes.
Is that right?
That's okay. Yeah.
Sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is the duplicitous Jet Starscream. Hang on. Why did all of the other, like the Autobots got no like helping thing? It's just Dinobot, Grimlock, Optimus Prime, and then it's the duplicitous Starscream, the maniacal Megatron. Andres pulls off the double duty as the Cyclopean Shockwave. My God, someone's got a big heart on for the Decepticons, don't they? And Dean Dene, yeah. McGovern?
Let's see. Deanna
McGovern as Shadow Striker. Deanna didn't get shit. She's just Shadow Striker.
We've also got one more voice confirmed
who dat?
outside. Mark Swint as Soundwave.
As the monotone Soundwave.
Don't know. He said Super Spy when he announced this on Twitter.
Hang on, did he announce that?
He did.
Did he say, I'm a super spy?
He said, I'm I'm a spy. In fact, I'm the spy.
Yay! Does he talk? Actually, he does because he's got a voice actor.
Yeah, I would assume so.
Wrong. Okay, Mikey. So, yeah, there is a trailer, which I actually did view.
Billy Bob Thompson will also play Wheeljack.
Oh, okay. Cool. Sweet. Mikey, what did you think of the trailer that you saw? I actually did see this one, but there were other ones that were region locked, which I didn't see.
There was one more clip, which was Bumblebee meeting Starscream in a flashback.
That's the one I didn't see, and everybody freaked out because there was a second girl seeker, apparently.
Basically, it looks like in some of the flashbacks and in the memory stuff, Bumblebee will talk. In other flashbacks and looks like the modern stuff, Bumblebee will be mute.
Yay!
So I think they're trying to have their cake and eat it too. And and also we heard Starscream, and I need to hear that Starscream again before I decide if I like that voice. But yeah, so I actually thought this was a pretty good trailer. I don't know if it's entirely reflective of the main tone of the show, but like I could see this as a trailer for Transformers Animated. I could see this for a trailer as early Prime. Back in the day before we actually knew what Prime was actually like and how no one's happy in it because you're all going to die. I thought it was fairly well put together. It sort of got across the message of the thing. We heard a lot of the voice acting. Yeah, I think the visuals are definitely holding up a lot better than I was ever expecting them to. As much as I'm still a little up and down on the actual animation, but on the animation style rather. I think it worked better in the 2D images we saw. But the actual animation, it's much smoother than I was expecting. It maybe it's just the fact these are short episodes, but it kind of makes RID stuff look quite quaint in comparison. Yeah, I mean, like, the big takeaway is that we heard a lot of the voices. So I think Bumblebee's voice is perfectly fine. Windblade's, I think, is one of the stronger ones. I really like Megatron's. And yeah, Grimlock, I think a lot of people are either completely in love with or completely hating. Because apparently they're going with in robot mode, he's suave and debonair. In T-Rex mode, he wants to eat your face. So, he's very British. Very. Like, he's shattered glass levels of British.
Yeah.
And that was very British. He doesn't say what, but he's probably thinking it. And then we have Jake Tillman's Optimus Prime, which I think is a damn shame.
Why is that?
Because they've done what Rescue Bots did and said, hey, you're playing Optimus Prime in this brand new take, in this brand new continuity. Yeah? And we want you to pretend you're Peter Cullen giving one of his worst performances from the era where we gave him terrible voice direction.
Oh, really?
Because he sounds like someone doing a bad impression of Peter Cullen.
Okay.
It's like when people who do fan stuff who think like, oh, we're going to do Starscream and something like a fan dub of the comic or something like that, and they all try to do Chris Latta.
Yeah.
And no one adds their own original take to it. They're all trying to do an impersonation of Chris Latta. That's what this feels like to me. Especially when he says the line "old friend," and it's like, why do I get the feeling this role was actually originally written for Peter and he pulled out?
You think so?
I don't know. Either that or like people aren't feeling super confident in adding a new take on Prime, which is a shame because the last new take on Prime we had was excellent because it was David Kay. Also, it's going around now that it looks like there might be a lot of non-union actors involved in this.
Right.
Possibly because it's cheaper, and I was looking into it. Very few of these guys have any major voice experience. A lot of them are bit part actors or small-time television actors. Mark Swint, who plays Soundwave, he started off as helping out on Anime Abandon, the YouTube series.
Oh, okay.
He's done some work on that, but he has done some game and anime voice acting since. Not a lot, but some. Mark Thompson is easily the most experienced. He's been in voice acting since 1997 with Daria. And he's done Western shows, he's done a good few anime, fair few films, and he is quite prominent in video games. His main thing, however, is audiobooks, especially Star Wars audiobooks. But yeah, so that is leading to a bit of debate about whether or not they're basically hiring inexperienced voice actors to save some money. But apart from like Optimus and the Starscream, when I heard that clip, I think most people are at least doing decently. Any thoughts yourself?
You know, I can't remember what Prime sounded like off the top of my head, but I remember not being impressed. Or at least super impressed. Bumblebee was fine. Windblade was fine. The Grimlock thing was really jarring. I thought that was super duper jarring. It didn't seem right. I'm not sure if it's something I can get over. Maybe it will be when I watch the show. But this specific trailer made me feel a bit more confident about the show. But then again, that's what a good trailer should do. It should make you not go, "Wow, this looks bollocks." So it did its job and made me go, okay, I was gonna give it a try anyway, but I'm a little bit happier giving it a try now. I just hope that trust is kind of worthwhile. It's well placed, you know. So we'll see. I hope it does good. I hope it's interesting, and hopefully someone will get a rip of it and up soon, so I can have a watch of it. I think that'll be it. So, Mikey, take us on to the next story.
Yeah, so as we know, Siege give their listings recently on the con circuit, and we were all kind of like, there'd be no cons here, sir. According to Midtown Comics, there's a listing for the first wave of Siege toys, which includes a number of Decepticons for each side class. So, going through this, we have the Airstrike Patrol for the Micromaster size class. We have Blowpipe, who is Trigger Happy's Target Master for the Battlemaster size class. We have Skytread, who is likely to... it's what Flywheels was renamed into for Titan's Return. We've got Megatron for Voyager, and we've got Shockwave for the Leader. Now, Skytread is kind of interesting because obviously how are they going to do him? Stu made an interesting comment on Saturday, which was they'll do him like they're doing Cog, which he'll be a couple of vehicles that come together to form the robot, and then you can attach them to other deluxes.
That makes sense. That's probably the easiest way to do it.
That is the easiest way to do it, but I think that would be the wrong way to do it.
No,
I think they'd be
how
much
do you think
better.
It's going to work then?
I don't know how it's going to work, but what I think they should do is have a 2-pack of a couple of Legends figures and just sell it like that.
Right. That might be more expensive, though.
Maybe, but I was just looking at the Battle Trap, and basically a Flywheels done that way in scale with normal deluxe will tower over him.
I don't think they'd care that much, because it's about putting the team together rather than keeping them in a scale.
True, but they have made an effort to make sure everyone is in scale
currently
when they're doing the teams.
Yeah.
So maybe it's a different design idea, but I just would find it really weird to have Battle Trap and like Flywheels is his giant friend. But yeah, Shockwave obviously is kind of the big one in a way here, because the leader class, the one we've seen, is the Ultra Magnus with the armor gimmick. So the question is, how do you think they do Shockwave? Will he have armor? Will he be kind of like the Power of the Prime leaders? Is this going to be a weird thing where like we get a core robot and it's Senator Shockwave, and then you put like Shockwave armor on top of him?
I think it'll have the capability of having stuff plug on it, just because that seems to be what this Wolf Cybertron line's minor gimmick is, because it's not the full focus, but, it's what COG can do. He can break down and click onto people, and you'll have those ports to put the blast effects on, so he'll probably have stuff like that. Will he work like Magnus and have a little robot that goes inside a bigger one? Maybe?
If he did, I'd want it to be like this Leader Magnus, not the other one where it's a tiny robot. I want a proper full-sized guy you build armor on top of.
Yeah, that'd be good. Maybe you could have him as Senator Shockwave as well, and then you could Imperator him.
Oh, man, I'd like that. You have to remove his head to do it.
Yeah, that'd be fun. I don't think they'd do it because they don't like parts forming these days, but I think that could be neat.
You say that, but they don't like putting a bunch of armor on a toy to make it a thing now, and we've had 2 lines where they've done exactly that.
It's true.
Just as a reminder, the other toys in this wave are going to be the Race Patrol, the Battle Patrol, Fire Drive, Lionizer, Cog, Hound, Sideswipe, Optimus, and Magnus. So,
I think we can say that we'll probably see something at, what is it next? New York Comic Con? That's the next event? Yeah. How long? Do we know when that is? Is that like before November?
I'm sure someone knows. I'll be honest. I'm too lazy to look up.
That's fair.
Early October, it says here.
Oh, okay. Sweet. Okay.
But I'm a little surprised we don't have Seekers in the first wave.
I'm very happy we don't. Because I'm sick of just getting Starscreams after Starscreams. I mean, I am slightly sick that we're getting a Prime and a Megatron straight away, but it's like, who's surprised?
Yeah. But hey, I can't wait to see Megatron Cybertronian mode. Where it's probably like a gun where he's lying on his side and there's just 2 wheels.
Oh, Mikey, it'll just be another tank.
Yeah, but it'll be an Earth tank.
See, I think they might try and do like an actual Wolf Cybertron kind of tank.
No.
I think they might.
They'll do a regular tank, just normal like Abrams or something, but with 2 big lights on the top.
Maybe they'll give him double barrels. Double barrel tank. There you go. There's difference. There's innovation.
After that Optimus, I've just like, yeah, sure, Cybertron. They'll never know it's me.
Did you say that with quotations?
I may have. Oh dear. But hey, they did say we are going to have some floaty alt modes at some point, so.
What do you mean floaty?
They've said that they're going to be ones where you can do floaty modes.
Oh.
In space, hover, tank.
Maybe you should have done that with the first wave as well.
Maybe you should have done something except make Optimus a normal truck with 2 giant lights in front.
Perhaps. You may as well take the second story as well, because it's a quickie.
Yeah, tiny turbochargers found at UK retail. These are the tiny, tiny little fellas that are oddly fun when you get a hold of them. They do transform very simply. This is the Bumblebee Movie Wave. So this line, they're £3 each, so nice and cheap, just very easy to pick up. Barricade Sentinel, Phantom Strike Lockdown, Silver Knight Optimus Prime, Evac, Autobot Ratchet, Bumblebee, Skyrage, Starscream, Autobot Drift, Ironhide, Autobot Dino, and Dinobot Slug. A lot of repaints in here, but I do believe Slug and 1 or 2 others are new molds.
Sweet.
I know Swoop is coming at some point. But no, these are just neat little things. So if you see them, like, very easy to find the one you're looking for. I'll say that much. Andy, it's all pretty much one thing, so why don't you wrap us up with some convention news?
Sounds good. Well, if you're going to TFCon Chicago, that's Chicago, for those who speak like normal human beings, for this year of 2018, we have 3 guests announced for the show. So we're starting off with Sarah Petra Durocher from IDW, the artist from the IDW comics. We've also got Aaron Archer coming down, the Transformers designer man himself. He's been to a few TFCons, he's going to another one. And as a special guest for their voice acting team, they've got Alec Willows, the voice of Tarantulas.
Cool.
Yes, that's a good choice. All 3 are pretty cool people. I'm very chuffed that they're getting a Tarantulas as well, because I don't think we've ever had Tarantulas over here in the UK.
Yet.
Yeah, and that would be pretty cool because he's got a cool, funky voice, at least for Tarantulas anyway. And the last bit of news is TF Nation 2019. That's right, 2019 has been announced, and we've got the dates for it. It will be the exact same days as this year. For those not aware, or who have forgotten, or who are just about at keeping dates, that was the 16th to the 18th of August. And this year, or next year's theme, is going to be Beast Machines related, as it will be their anniversary, the 20th anniversary? 15th anniversary? No, 20.
Because
It's
it
the
was in the 2000s.
No,
when...
it's the 20th anniversary. It says on the bottom here. I just read the article. It will be celebrating the 20th anniversary. Oh God, Mikey. Oh God.
Was it 99?
Well, unless they're lying here.
I think that was the first series I saw. Yeah, it was September 18th, 1999.
We are so
I think
old.
that was the first series I saw on Fox Kids.
Oh God, Mikey. Oh God.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out, like, this year the theme was G2, and that was mostly in, like, comics and stuff like that, but I'm wondering if this will affect the... I'm wondering if this is going to be a bit more direct and it'll affect the guest choices.
I think it will, because with G2 you can't really do a huge amount. They tried to theme TF Nation around G2 with like the theming, like with the shirts for the volunteers and stuff, but in terms of guests there was no synergy. I mean, unless you got Thurman and you got the guy that I can't remember who did the artwork for the G2 comics offhand. But unless you got those guys,
I have no idea.
Apart from those guys, who do you get? The kid that sat on Optimus Prime's for the Cyber Planet Cube. Like, no.
The guy who cancelled it.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, no. I have a feeling...
The guy who led to the creation of G-Axis.
I have a feeling that at least next year it'll have a bit more flow to it. Like, it makes more sense. I mean, we have the option then of getting, like, Peter K... Not Peter K. That's not a person. David K. Whoops! We could get
Peter
David
K at a Transformers
K.
convention is something I would almost pay to see.
We get David K. We get Gary Chuck. We could get Scott McNeil back. As the one I said, or said a few times to people, which would be quite interesting to get, who we haven't had before, is the guy that did Jetstorm, who was also Vegeta in the best version of Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, Brian Drummond.
That's him. You could get Brian Drummond in.
Yes.
I think that would be a neat one.
Yes, I would never leave him. I would just follow him around and just stroke him and say, read lines from Super.
Vegeta!
Read lines from Super.
Vegeta!
Throw people into stuff and then blow them up. I can't actually do that. Do it.
Who else would from Beast Machines could you get who we haven't? I said this as a joke and people got angry when I said this, and I said, what about Night Scream's voice actor? Everybody gave me the shit eye. They're like, well, Mr. Mikey, that's us done with all the news for this week. What have you been up to for this week? What have you done for fun?
Very little, purposely.
Oh, okay.
So I've been doing kind of big ticket things, and really there's only two of note. So I am in the middle of catching up on Voltron. So I'm into the middle of season 4, taking a few days off just to not overload the thing. So when I first ended, I actually ended on season 2 because I realized that season 3 wasn't a season. And I think basically season 3 to 5, maybe 3 to 6 by the looks of it, might all just be one normal season. I'm told season 7 is just a normal 13 episode show. Yeah, I think so. What I did was I went back and I watched season 1 and 2, and now I'm going through 3 and 4. 3 and 4 are good. So far, I think 1 and 2 are better. One big problem 3 and 4 have is that they put a lot of focus on Keith, except their focus is just kind of highlighting the fact that Keith is not either an interesting character or a likable or engaging enough one that you want him to have this arc of developing his leadership skills. He's just kind of a dick. In all seriousness. Like very selfish, very self-centered, and yeah, so I don't know what I think about that. There's some stuff with Shiro in there as well, that's more mystery based. So yeah, I stopped at an episode which looks like it's going to be their equivalent of the the Fire Island play from Avatar. But yeah, also like from what little I've seen of it, it looks like this is going to do a gay character way better than Korra did. Like, it would be hard in my opinion to do a gay character worse than Korra did, but because I don't like it. I may have mentioned that once or twice in the show. But yeah, like early days for that, but I think I'm gonna approve of that a lot more. But yeah, so definitely a dip in quality for me. A lot of people got really into the show at this stage, so I'm very curious to see as we go on what works, what doesn't. But yeah, still a fun show, still a nice, enjoyable mecha show. And overall, because a lot of the thing creative teams involved, I feel like it's fair to make the comparison. It is a better show than Korra.
Yay!
So yeah, people will probably argue with me about that, and those people are probably the ones who watched Zuko and a Dragon versus new characters getting their ass kicked and thought it was a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not quite over that. But yeah, the other thing I've done is finished watching Build because, Andy, it is done. Kamen Rider Build.
Oh, all
Episode
over.
49 aired last night, and I watched it just before I came on, actually.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's about 3 episodes to go over. Pretty damn strong ending. I think what I'm going to do is actually go back and start rewatching the whole thing and sort of try and re-engage without a lot of the on-the-spot issues I was having in the start and towards the sort of tail end.
Mm-hmm.
And try to see, like, do they still matter to me, or are they just nitpicking in the moment? Because overall, I think this is a pretty strong show. In terms of character and stuff, and a lot of the premises, it doesn't hit those areas where I'm just like, this is one of the best Rider shows. But it's one of the ones that if someone came up to me and said, Kamen Rider Build is my favorite, I would be nodding sagely and say, a fine choice.
Okay.
Fine choice. I have to admit, I'm a little nervous of Zeo, for 2 reasons. One, I'm not big on the whole anniversary gimmick, in general, especially since Ultraman has murdered it in my eyes. And 2, the writer for the series is the guy who did Ghost Sager and Ninja. And for if you know Sentai, you know those are not labels you want linked to you.
No, not really.
No. So I'll give him a shot. Like, I've been biased before, but, you know, it's not like they came around and said, we're getting Inoue to do it. And they have said they're going to try and get as many of the original actors back as they can, including they're trying to get the original Kuga actor, Joe Odagiri.
Oh, okay.
Which is kind of bizarre, because he kind of left the franchise really badly, from what I understand.
Oh.
Yeah, apparently he said he wouldn't work with anyone unless they were with the producers he had or something, because something happened where it was really rough.
Oh, right, okay.
Which is why he's never been invited back for the anniversary stuff. Like, he's never been invited. It's not just that he didn't come, as far as I know. But yeah, they've confirmed, like, Forze's arc will be episode 5 and 6, and it shouldn't be too hard to get them back. One thing I'm kind of curious, like, some series, who are they going to get back? Like Deno, who are they just going to do Momotaros? Are they going to try and get Ryotaro, like the adult Ryotaro, back? Because he's a really good actor. And I would think that would be awesome if we could get him back, because people forget he exists. And I'm really curious to see what they'll do for O's, because what they seem to be doing is we're getting the primary rider and a secondary rider. But for O's, do you bring back O's and one of the Berts, or do you bring back O's and Ankh?
No.
Yeah, oh my god, that would be amazing. Also Blade, like, I guarantee you they're going to bring back Garen back to please all the people who didn't actually watch Blade and think that he's the secondary rider. Because I still see that, and people go like, well, he is the secondary rider, he showed up second, just like, yeah, he is. So, anyone who watched Kabuto thinks Zabi is the secondary rider?
Oh.
Anyone? No, you don't. Attack was the best part of that show. But yeah, so that was me. 2 big things, but Blade, Bill, definitely check it out if you haven't checked it out, if you've been waiting on it. It will challenge you a bit, which is something I really like.
Cool.
And yeah, that's me. Andy, what about you?
Well, today I watched Deadpool 2 for the first time. That was quite fun. It didn't push any boundaries, and it wasn't hugely different from the first movie, but it was still enjoyable enough, I'd say. Have you seen it?
I actually think it's better than the first one, but I also don't think it's pushing boundaries. I just think it plays within its wheelhouse a bit better.
I think they did some parts, they extended the joke too long in some places. Especially near the end, there was a joke that went on far too long.
Did it have to do with legs?
No, it was nearer the end than that.
I can't think, like, near the end I've just got the song stuck in my head.
That's fine.
So
I'm not going to mention what it is, but yeah.
Okay.
I thought it was okay. I think I still prefer the first one, but then again, I haven't seen the first one in a while, so, you know, opinions might change the closer I get to watching that one again. I did some more Uncle Bobby B action today in Dark Souls. It's been a while since I've danked that Soul, so I've done a bit more of that. That was fun. A little bit frustrating, but that's Dark Souls. I also... What have I been up to this week? Kind of reacclimating to home life, getting back into the swing of things. So I've been busy with work and all that jazz, and sorting out podcasts, because the Thu interview podcast went out on Patreon. That'll be up next week for free for everybody. We also did the comic podcast on Patreon, which will be up next week for free for everybody, but without the Unicron Talkie Talk. So that was another two things I had to do that week. And on Saturday, me and Gruff met up and went to the Games Workshop Metro Center 25th anniversary, as it's been open for 25 years. Though technically not that long, because it moved within the Metro Center to another spot, but it still counts, I guess. So I got some stuff while I was there, and so did Gruff, and we had a fun old time. So I got the Horus Heresy Burning of Prospero box set, because I've been eyeing that up for a while, which is... based on the Thousand Suns book called 8,000 Suns, which it was one of the first books I listened to from the Horus Heresy and really liked. And the Thousand Suns are one of my favorite legions, so that was another reason to pick it up. And I also picked up the 40,000, because the Horus Heresy is 30k. I also picked up the 40k version of Azek Araman, who is part of the Thousand Suns just in the future. Again, because Thousand Suns are my favorite, and I like Azek Araman. He's my favorite boy, even though he makes a lot of mistakes, unfortunately. So the reason I got him is because I've got this silly reason of when I play the game, the Burning of Prospero, I'm gonna interchange Azek in when I'm using his original model from that box set, the 30k model from that set, as a representation of him remembering. It will be like he is remembering his memories and being like, this is how this battle happened, blah, blah, blah. And I thought that would be a really dumb but fun little thing to do for the game. But he is going to be a lot of work, because he's a complicated model to paint, so I'm very scared of him at the moment, even though he's not a big one. He's got lots of paints and lots of details, and I just look at him and scream, oh god, that's going to be difficult to do. But we even Mr. Rob, Sexy Rob, came down to Games Workshop, and... he got some Warhammer stuff as well, and now Gruff is rubbing his fingers, being all pleased and happy. I took down my audio recording stuff, because we were hoping to get some audio recordings while we were there, but we didn't, so I just had a big old heavy bag to carry around. But I did take a load of pictures for the event, which are up on the Fluff and Hammer page on Facebook, so if you want to head over to the Fluff and Hammer, join up and talk about Warhammer stuff, you can do, as long as you ain't, a bad person.
Or like some random guy who's coming in saying like, I like Warcraft.
I don't know. You'll need to go through the vetting process.
Do you know what a Space Marine is?
Do you see?
Do you see?
Do you see? Have I done much else? I think that's pretty much it. That's.
What about the TF? Did we do the TF Nation shopping for you?
Yeah, I did that on the podcast with Tricky.
Oh, okay. I haven't listened to that yet.
Yes.
I'm just assuming I'm bad-mouthing it.
That's fine. Oh, you are. I got Micromasters. I think I mentioned that. I'm not going to mention each individual Micromaster, because fucking no one's going to know. Like, I can say, Backshot, and you don't know if that's a real name or not. If I said the Military Patrol, you might have an idea, but individual Micromasters ain't going to help.
Is Backshot like the Rhino from Cybertron?
Maybe. No, that was Backpack. No. I don't know. No.
I remember his horn popped out.
No, I only remember his Japanese name, which was Sidos, or Sidos. I don't remember the terrible Western version. So there. That's all of my stuff anyway that I can remember. So thank you everybody for listening to this episode of the Moonbase 2 podcast. Mikey, where can people find you on the fucking internet?
Well, the fucking internet is on pornhub.com/Irish up the bum.
Oh, all right.
Indeed. Found out today officially Ireland has no porn industry.
I can only imagine that's a good thing.
I don't know. We are one of the only countries in the actual world without one.
That means you only import, you don't export.
True, but that also means that we all have to deal with British import standards. So I don't know what we're going to do after Brexit.
And I suppose it doesn't mean as well that you don't have prostitutes, does it? You must still have
we have
sex workers.
quite a few.
You just don't have any that are willing to go on camera for it.
Of dubious legality.
Dubious legality.
Like, ye have legal ones, we have, like, we only ever hear about them when they're, like, illegal sex rings, so we don't know. But yes, when I'm not frequenting the local sex rings, just delivering notes, it's fine. It's Irish Paleo on Twitter and GBolfy3 on YouTube. If you have some bit of feedback you'd like to send us about the podcast, two of the best avenues are our Twitter, the Moonbase2, or our email address, themoonbase2@gmail.com. Also, we're going to have a bit of a tech special thing in next week or so, depending on when people get back to me, because hopefully we should have some information coming from Flame Toys from the people themselves. Ooh. So that should be really cool. I should say they have said English is not their first language, so I'm going to be presenting us with cleaned up versions, or at least like corrected English ones, just because I don't want to be the guy reading like Google translated English comments, because that's not fair to anyone involved, and I'll leave that to TFW.
Ho
Dig. But Andy,
yes.
What about you?
You can find me on Twitter and Tumblr, CCTFW, and YouTube as Cobra Commander TFW. You can find this podcast on Moonbase2 forums, on Twitter, iTunes, Facebook, Libsyn, and YouTube as well as Moonbase2 Transformers Podcast. If we are on an RSS feed, we're probably there, so you can find us that way as well if you like. And you can head over to weebly.com / the ccbunker.weebly.com, which is on Weebly, to get all my nonsense and woo-woo. And if you want to help out this podcast, you can head over to the Moonbase2 Patreon page, which is patreon.com/moonbase2, I think. And if you do $2 each month, you get extended version of From the Files of Teletran 2, and it's a week early. You also get interviews a week early, and you get the Moonbase woo-woo, where me and Mikey talk about nonsense for the month. Do we have one for this month, Mikey?
We are getting one tomorrow.
Yay!
Because life has been busy, so I just haven't had a chance to sort out the recording. But you will have one.
Sweet. Okay, so you're going to give that to me tomorrow?
Tomorrow, yes.
Oh, God, so I've got... Right, okay, so that'll probably go up, I guess, on Wednesday, because I don't want to upload 2 podcasts in one day, because that's a lot of work for poor little Andy.
Yeah. It just has to be up before the 31st.
Yeah, pretty much, and then we're still technically in the group, in the bar, so...
And I do have one set up for September once the recording's done, so we have plenty of...
Oh.
That's just arranged, I just have to record it.
Oh, okay. We actually got feedback as well, quick little comments as well on Patreon, which I was surprised about and thankful for. We got messages from... Can I even find it? Where are they? Did I delete them? Maybe I did. Da, 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 da.
We've got feedback. I deleted it because that's what your opinion means to me.
It was mostly good stuff said as well.
I never believed that. The good stuff is always dangerous.
I know. The easiest thing to do is just to head over to Patreon and look at it that way, rather than daffing about. Yes, I'm older than 18. It's my bloody account, Patreon. What are you doing? Get off your bikes. Get off your bikes. It was on the Thu interview.
Oh, good.
I know why, because it hasn't logged me in for some reason. Ha 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 ha. Log in to Patreon. People were saying, for the most part, it was good.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to listen yet, because it hasn't gone public. But
Yes.
And I'm not paying you for the privilege of listening to my own voice.
You should. Okay, here we go. John Triclops goes, really interesting interview, Andy. Echoing Jay Kirk, who is the other person that commented. The behind-the-scenes stuff was good to hear. And Jason Kirk this was a really good chat, especially all the behind-the-scenes talk about editing and stuff. Well done. So thank you both for leaving your feedback. It is much appreciated. We do really like to hear back from the peoples. And we even got a like from Nicole, but Nicole's not people, so it doesn't matter. Well, Mr. Mikey, thank you for joining me for this week, and we will catch you all next week for the Moonbase 2.
Catch you later, kids.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.